everybody, Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. Well, I was scrolling through Facebook, and one of my friends, Tim Nolan, who's a great builder and who builds some really unusual stuff. He gets a lot of really older kits and stuff that you don't see every day. And he built this kit, and I assumed it was a rare item, but I thought, man, that's cool. I'd really like to try it, and I wrote him a little note about it, and he said, well, this is one that's readily available, and so I decided to put it on my Christmas list, and my son and daughter-in-law came through on it for me, and this is what we got. This is the Suyata Sopwith Camel, and it includes the pilot, which I thought was kind of neat. Now, this is a cartoon kit. And that's part of the reason that I wanted it. Suyata, as far as I can see, is from Hong Kong, and so. But I think this is a really neat kit. I've never built one of theirs before, but I've looked at their stuff online, and they have a lot of really cool, kind of unusual, bordering on weird stuff, which is some of the stuff I love to build the most. So let's have a look inside. One of the things that really got to me about this is, and one of the reasons I really wanted to buy it, is it has a full interior on it. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Here we have, and it's all molded in color, by the way. If I didn't want to, I literally wouldn't have to paint this and it would be okay. Inside we have this wooden framework, because this would have been a wooden plane, right? This is World War I think, and it's a wooden plane, biplane, and so all these things are cast in color. Here's your pilot figure. It's all, again, that sort of flesh color, for lack of a better word. This is probably the only part you would really have to paint. And then the red parts for the front, around the cowl, around the engine, is all there. Now, this is the part that got me. This is the part that said, yeah, I want this. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but it has an entire transparent fuselage. So you can build this thing completely transparent so you can see the detailed interior. I was excited. That was probably what got me the most. We have another brown sprue here. It has the wings, the wheel supports, some of the wing framework, if you will, and it's got the cockpit dashboard, for lack of a better word. Again, this is on the brown panel. They have a gray panel. It has some of the engine parts and other assorted things. There's a black panel. This has other engine parts. It's got wheels and tires and the armament. Now, if you don't want to build the transparent fuselage, it does have a full green fuselage that goes with the red parts I showed you a moment ago. The top of the wings are molded in green, and the bottom of the wings are molded in gray. So you literally would not have to paint this at all. They also have a red sprue here that's got some wheel covers, a couple other extra parts on there, and they're not extra parts. I'm just not sure what they do. And then finally, we've got the instructions, which look pretty great, and your decals. So I'm going to pop this open so we can have a little look inside. I was really hoping, oh, there it is, that I wouldn't have to rip this box open. It might be a little while till I get to this one, although you'll probably see it pretty quickly because I record these pretty far in advance. The decals are pretty simple. Again, I want to keep these bagged up until I'm ready to go with them. You have some of these roundels and the tail decal, and there's a stripe for the back, and then some invasion stripes and eyes for the pilot figure if you want to go that route. I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to hand paint that whole thing and have a good time with it. All right, and we're going to look at these instructions. This instruction book is pretty cool. I did have this one out of the box because I couldn't wait till I could get in to work on it. So here we have the front cover. It gives you a little demonstration on how to do the decals. Shows you the part numbers and how everything works. And then you have fuselage assembly, painting instructions for the pilot figure. He's even got a little cat sticking out of his coat, which I'm assuming was probably something that was attributed to the original pilot. I think this was a real person, although I really didn't do a lot of research yet. Here you have the engine assembly, frame assembly. And I think what I'm going to do, Tim, when he built it half transparent. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a transparent side and a green side so that it looks, so you can see what's inside and yet you can see what it's going to look like depending on which side of it you're looking at. In here, again, more cockpit assembly instructions. It just looks like fun. And again, just a lot of general assembly. I will say I love how this is full color and color coded and everything else. And you can see it coming together. I'm really looking forward to this one. This one might get to move way up in the pile because I really want to put it together. And anyway, you guys get the idea. It's very, very step-by-step instructions. The instructions look for instructions that have no words because this is not an American company, so it's probably for the best that there aren't many words in here. And then, because I wouldn't know what they were anyway. But anyway, and then shows how to place the decals and what the finished kit will look like in the end. This is if you completely don't paint it. I'm going to paint it. So I'm looking forward to what happens with this kit. I can't wait to share it with you. I'm hoping it's a really good kit because they have a couple other ones that I just love and I really want to build. So I'm going to make sure that I can build it, that it builds as good as it looks. And if it does, you'll be seeing more Suyata stuff for me. So keep your eye out for the review, okay? That's all I have for you today. This looks like fun, and that's good because model building is supposed to be fun. Take care, guys. Have a great day.